This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one website building platform. It's Halloween season, baby, which means it's costume season. And honestly, normally for Halloween, I go with some simple, recognizable character reference, something easy and casual, like this, or this, or this. But this year, I want to do something more like this. And I realized I could actually pull together quite a few over-the-top, fabulous, fashionable costumes from things I already have in my closet. So today, I'm going to show you how to put together some very extra looks that you can wear for Halloween or just for an extremely cool outfit without buying anything new. We're doing Halloween costumes, but make it fashion. Sustainable DIY edition. Costume number 1 is a creepy doll. I'm thinking like vintage doll that is still quite pretty but maybe haunted. My first step here was just layering all my frilliest vintage feeling clothing together like this to get a very fluffy, frilly, over-the-top sweet outfit. Then, to really bring it to an 11, I added some embellishments. These included pinning little craft ribbon bows to my skirt with safety pins, adding old brooches I thrifted or got as hand-me-downs, putting a ribbon in my hair, and DIYing an old-timey choker by simply attaching a brooch to some craft ribbon and tying it around my neck. Adding accessories and craft elements, even just temporarily pinned on, can truly transform something from just regular clothes to a distinct costume so easily. When considering costumes with the clothes you already have, don't forget to factor in how you could make them work with temporary additions and adjustments like these. I also think the right makeup would definitely take it from an outfit to a costume even more. That's another tool you can use to make a look really creative and special with clothes you already have. That said, altogether, I do think this is giving Victorian child who would haunt your nightmares. So I'd call it a success. Next up, I'm going to show you how just a slight alteration can create an entirely different costume. As you can see, I just removed some of the brooches and ribbon from this look, but then added a green ribbon around my neck. And now I am, of course, the girl with the green ribbon. I don't know if you all read that story as kids, but I did, and it definitely freaked me out. Honestly, so many different outfits could work to convey this costume as long as you have the green neck ribbon, but this outfit does look remarkably similar to the illustration. Costume number 3 is a ghost. And for this look, we are using the power of layers to create a really dimensional, historical, ghostly look. As you can see, I started with a frilly, oversized color blouse, and then just built up more and more layers from there with this sleeveless white nightgown, white long sleeve robe, and shorter puff sleeve robe on top. I think this already looks extremely ghostly as it is, but then to give the look a bit more definition, I also added this white mesh fabric strip around the waist that I'm pretty sure came from some old gift wrap. There's another tip, don't be afraid to use unexpected objects that aren't even meant to be worn to complete your costume. Now we are already looking absolutely ready to haunt, but as the cherry on top for extra historical spookiness, I am adding this candle holder that is just a decor piece I have in my apartment. I literally picked it up off a table that is just out of frame, but now it's an old-timey candlelight for me to stalk the halls of a decrepit old mansion with. Props can truly make or break a costume and should never be underestimated in, again, taking your look from an outfit to a full-on costume. And if you do have to buy a prop, always check the thrift store first. Candle holders, for example, are extremely easy to find there. Our next look is vampire-inspired, which I think is another great costume to get creative with because the basic elements of red, purple, or black and sort of gothic vintage-inspired clothing kind of get the idea across on their own, and from there you can do anything you want. That's another great way to use the clothes you have for a costume. Choosing a costume that is more of a concept that can look lots of different ways rather than an exact recreation of one specific look. I tried to do that with every outfit in this video, but I just want to highlight it here because it allows for so much more creativity, a way more unique costume, and makes it easier to use what you already have. As you can see, for my look, I layered a black dress over a longer black skirt and under a shorter deep red velvet dress, which I also pinned up to give it a drapey shape and make the other layers more visible. Like I said earlier, temporary adjustments to your clothes can also really make them work for your vision, for your costume, even without adding things like bows and brooches. But of course, accessories like this black ribbon brooch choker again also help. I think this look is so cool, it is very vampy, and for Halloween, some fake blood drips or bite marks with makeup would easily transform it into a full-on costume. And of course some fangs if you have them, although I think the makeup alone would be enough. On the topic of haunted dolls, ghosts, and vampires, I actually just did a spooky girls illustration for this Halloween season featuring all of those and more, which you can now see on my new gorgeous online portfolio that I created with Squarespace. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Squarespace is my favorite website building platform I've ever used. I am so obsessed with my new website I built with them. The templates are beautiful, the customization options are so easy and convenient, so everything looks really sleek and professional, but still customized to your exact goals with your site. So if you are in the market for a website, go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/beepworld or click the link below to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. The next look on the agenda is an alien. And for this look, I wanted to try to just combine different metallic pieces and space-age silhouettes until it formed a cohesive and convincing look. I think the core takeaway from this outfit is you can make up your own version of what your costume idea looks like. I feel like alien costumes and aliens in general tend to be depicted as green and often wearing something skin tight, but gold and silver metallics feel like alien vibes to me. And since all of our conceptions of aliens are made up, none of them are right, so you can really do whatever you want. I was also very inspired by the space-age silhouettes of these looks, and of course, space always giving alien. So I just combined two different sort of 60s-ish metallic dresses, a chain belt, and some white boots. And then just for two little cues that make my take look a little more space alien-esque, I added some little black sunglasses and put my hair in space buns. And voila! Another key takeaway from this outfit to me is posing and being in character also adds so much to a costume. Like, as soon as I do this, you know exactly what this is. So if you're not sure if your costume is quite reading right, whether you're at a party or just taking an Instagram picture, committing to the character, committing to the bit, if you will instantly make it work. Our next look is a Greek goddess, and the lesson here is use things incorrectly. Let me explain. I started with this white nightgown, added this drapey gold tank top, which I think definitely has goddess energy, but then I still wanted some sort of one-shoulder sash. So I took an old white scarf I already had and tied it around my torso over one shoulder. Similarly, for accessories, we have the medallion chain belt, some fabulous sparkly sunburst earrings, and I also wanted some sort of crown or head circlet. So I took this gold coin necklace and put it on my head instead. Is this the intended purpose of either of these items? No. But do they also completely transform the look from confusing combination of clothing to very clear costume? Hell yeah, they do, baby. Sometimes using things incorrectly is actually the most useful way to use them of all. Oh, my other note with this costume is that honestly, this might sound a little silly, but I think you can change your costume just by calling it something different. Like, for example, if I want to feel regal in a more heavenly, positive, goddess-like way, I can say I'm a goddess. But if I wanted to have a slightly darker or spookier vibe, I could call this same costume a high priestess or an oracle. Kind of like being in character, even just the language you use can contribute to the vibe people read from your costume. Our next costume is a medieval/Renaissance princess, or just maiden, fair lady, etc. You get it. Honestly, this costume to me shows that you don't even really have to have one specific title for your costume if it communicates a cohesive general vibe. Between the robe and the velvet dress, paired with the harness and lace-up boots, I feel like the energy of the look is clear even if you don't know exactly what era this person is from or what role she has. It's really more of a fantasy look, so it doesn't actually have to perfectly match realistic attire from any era or social standing. Similar to this not being an exact specific costume, but more just suggestive of a general vibe, you can also sometimes have a prop or an item to your costume that isn't the exact thing, but is evocative of the thing the costume needs. Like in this outfit, I don't have a crown or royal headwear, but I do have this puffy headband that reminds me of a crown or a French hood, so it still contributes to the overall essence of the look, and altogether, this outfit does make me feel like a Renaissance maiden, and I would wear this not only for Halloween, but also to the Ren Fair. Our final costume is another sort of royalty persona, but with a twist. This look will be a Queen of Hearts. This is another one of my favorite concept costumes because it's referencing something that doesn't really exist, like it's just the phrase to describe a certain playing card, which means there's no right way to do it, and people are so creative. This will certainly not be the most creative or artistic out there, but I'm gonna try my hand at it. For this look, I'm employing a lot of different tips and strategies I mentioned throughout this video. I'm trying to cultivate a general vibe of queenliness with sort of formal, regal pieces, and I'm sticking to a generally black, white, and red color scheme to evoke a playing card. I'm also adding little external accessories with heart motifs to make the theme clearer, like these heart earrings and this brooch with a heart-shaped charm. I'm also utilizing lots of layering to create a more fully dimensional and complete looking outfit. And finally, since this was the last outfit, I even went the extra mile and actually did some makeup, applying lipstick in a heart shape and adding some blue graphic eyeliner in heart shapes as well, which still sticks to a playing card color scheme. If I really wanted to commit full on, I could use even more of the techniques in this video, like having playing cards as props and using more heart-shaped craft elements, like pinning cutout paper hearts to my blouse or skirt. I have to admit though, I really think the makeup is the most powerful part of this look that makes the intention way clearer, and I'm excited to try out some of these other looks with makeup too, maybe for some different Halloween events and festivities. Please let me know if you'll be using any of these tips or costumes in the comments, or tell me any other costume plans you have. Oh, I also have a new Etsy shop update, so please do check out the new pieces available, including this ghoulish girl illustration you saw earlier. Get yourself some new decor for the fall. And I heard if you do check out my Etsy shop, watch another video, and subscribe to my channel, you will perfectly pull off your ideal Halloween costume this year down to every last detail.